come on. I know you can do better. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you. What a joy it is to be with you today, celebrating the Divine Liturgy, St. John Chrysostom, which is in its entirety the life of Christ. We have celebrated this joyous event yet again, as we do every time we celebrate the Divine Liturgy. I'm so happy to be here for the first time in Canada. I have watched your hockey teams play in the Olympics, trying to give our guys from America a hard time. Sometimes you did, sometimes you didn't. I watched you participate in other sports, and I was proud to see you win many times. I don't even know you. How can I be proud of you? Because they had the right ideals of humanity. Always. Always. On the right side of justice, equality, righteousness, trying to do the right thing all the time. At least in my eyes. Now, you know your politicians better than I do. And you know who is right and who is wrong. I'm not here to debate that. I know who's right and wrong in my country. All of them are wrong. We have celebrated this Divine Liturgy in such a beautiful way. I mean, I cannot tell you. We added a reader to the flock. We added 2 subdeacons to the flock, which this is very new. To add even 1, but to add 3 guys who want to serve the church is a beautiful thing. And so I thank Father for telling me about these gentlemen so that we can take care of this part of their life so they can serve the Lord now officially in the titles that they have. The subdeacons are subdeacons. They're not deacons, they're not priests. So please don't kiss their hand. Just shake it. Even the deacon is not someone's hand that you should kiss. Only the priest. And of course, anyone above priest. And so, remember, they are chosen people and they have responsibilities at a certain level. And not to exceed those responsibilities unless they move to the next level. So if I have a subdeacon who's acting like a deacon, I'm going to let him know you are incorrect. If I have a deacon who thinks he's a priest, I will tell him you are not a priest. Luckily, I didn't have that today. And so I know Father Maxime has trained them well. And so it's a blessing. But not every community has a deacon. There are very few priests who have someone to serve with. Here you have that luxury, if I can say, the deacon. And so it was a joy to celebrate with them and with the visiting clergy. You know, when a priest is serving by himself, it's one thing. When a priest is serving with other clergy, it is heaven, truly heaven. He is celebrating with his brother clergy, the people who know what he struggles with in his life, because they struggle with the same thing. It's not easy being a priest. If you think it is, go to seminary, and you'll ordain him, and then you can serve him. Not a problem. And so it's incumbent upon the flock that the priest has been given to take care of him, to make sure that he is at top condition and shape so that he can do his work for you. He serves you. You do not serve the priest. We have some priests who think that the people serve them. They're not the priests. They're not serving the people as Christ served his disciples. He washed their feet, if you remember. This is what priests are supposed to do. To imitate Christ. To be willing to wash the feet of the others. And to lay his life down for them. And so he's willing to do this through his priesthood. But don't help him by pushing him toward that. In Unless you're talking 2 hours of time off. Yes, we get 2 hours of time off a week. But most of the time we are on call, 24 hours a day. Someone is sick, to the hospital. Someone is dying, where they're dying. Someone has died, go to the home and be with the family. Prepare at the funeral home for the burial service. Someone is getting married, premarital counseling. Someone is going to baptize a child, you're going to be the nuno or the nuna, the godparent of this child, forever. Not just for one day. You have responsibilities to lift that child up in the Orthodox faith until you're dead. And so if you're a godparent and you're not connected to your godchildren, shame on you. I have 4 before I became a clergyman. Twin boys who are 21 next month, seniors at the University of North Carolina, Stephen and John. A young lady who's 13, who thinks she's 25, must be Leah, and a younger man, Elias, who's 11. But I don't see them that often. But I call them, I correspond with them. The ones who have iPhones, I text them. I stay connected to my godchildren because I'm responsible for them, not as bishop, as their godparent. And so if you have godchildren, be sure you connect. If you are godchildren, all of you are baptized, you have to be connected with your godparent if they are still living, if you are old. Mine are gone. And so that relationship never ends. That's lifelong. In the church today, and Father does it every week, he comes out at the great entrance and he senses the icons. And then he senses you. Why does he sense you? Can someone tell me? You know, someone who does it. Think about it. Why did I sense you today? So you can smell good? I don't think so. Of course, if someone doesn't come up with the answer, we'll be here forever. What's the answer?
Because we carry the image of God on our...
So you are an icon. Yes? Image is icon. So you are the living icons of the church. I sense the icons. I sense you. You are the saints of the church. The living icons. The today, if you will, of the church. Now you have to think, am I living my life as a saint? Am I being saintly? Am I being holy? Or do I have some dirt clouds and I don't know what else going on? I know the answer. We all struggle with this. We are striving for this greatness, this holiness, this saintly life. But we are sinners. But that doesn't mean we stop trying. We have to continually work towards this position of saintly living. So that in the 22nd century or 23rd century, I don't know which century in the future, your image will be on the walls of the church, along with the current icons that we see. In this Divine Liturgy today, we celebrated heaven on earth. That's what the liturgy is. This was heaven on earth. God's house. Christ was here. I hope he's still here. He's right there. Panagia, the child, is here. Gabriel is in this door. Michael in this door. John the Baptist there. Who is that? Yes. Usually in red. You guys got me in white. Doesn't matter. It was a change of essence. And all these other people that you see are here with us. And the dead, we commemorated the dead. They're here with us. The angels are here with us. Celebrating what paradise is going to be like. If you receive the Eucharist today, you are at the pinnacle of the faith. It does not get better than this on this planet, as right after you receive the body and blood of Jesus Christ. It does not get better. You have Jesus Christ in you. Not a piece of bread with some wine. The body and blood of Christ Metaphovo, pistios, και agapis, proselthete, with the fear of God, faith and love, draw near. Who's saying it? The priest? That's God calling. Come, I am giving you something, a gift. What is that gift? My son. And so if you didn't come today, I hope you have a good reason. Because God invited you to come and you said, I'm not coming. I turned down your invitation, Lord. I wasn't ready. Okay, I get it. I hope as many as receive today, receive every week. That you have prepared yourself, you have fasted on Wednesday and Friday, you didn't eat anything today before you came, you didn't go to Starbucks and have a double latte chocolate out on the what? Paid $7.50, and then came in here and received the Eucharist. You didn't take communion today, by the way. The verb is receive. You receive a gift. You take things off the shelf at Target or some other store where you make a shop. But you have received Jesus Christ, and now you're as strong as you can be. You go out the double doors here, out the other doors, and there's someone waiting for you. And his name is Diabolos. Devil, Satan, Lucifer, the dark angel. He has many names. The prince of this world. He is waiting to destroy you, to trip you up, to push you, to pull your beard, to whisper something in your ear to make you say something negative about someone at the coffee hour. Something like, man, that dress looks awful on her. What business is it yours? Whether the dress looks awful or not. Or the men will say something about another man. Or the children will fight each other and make their parents angry. And then the afternoon is ruined because everyone is angry and not at the high point of the Orthodox existence here on the planet. You will be at the high point, and then we'll start going like this. Down, 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 down. By Saturday night, you are weak again. And we start to make silly mistakes. And so you come back to liturgy on Sunday morning and you do what? A booster shot. More medicine from God. So that we can be strong, constant. Because if you came today, and you don't come next week, then you keep going down that little hill, and then 3 weeks, and then a month, and then 2 months, and then 6 months, and then crazy things like, I'll go at Christmas time. Christmas comes, you forget, I'll go at Pascha. And then you die in March, and you never make it to Pascha, and so you went 9 months without the Eucharist. But whose fault is that? Yours. Do you know there's a canon of the church that says if you come to liturgy 3 times, and do not receive the Eucharist, you are to be excommunicated from the church. Kicked out. Thrown to the curb. With the trash. And here in Ottawa, with the recyclables. But you're still recyclable. Can you imagine how many people would be in the church if we applied that canon today? I could hear my echo in the building. In reality, that's what happens in many communities. But I don't think it's happening here. I can tell the difference. I can feel it, sense it. So you're doing well. You're celebrating 100 years. Christianity is 2,000 years old. You're babies still. But you have achieved a lot in 100 years. And an interesting story of how you got to this day. From different communities that came together for time of need and sacrificed in all directions so that you could have a church that functions here in Ottawa. With a good priest. I will not say great because I don't want his head to blow off. He is very good. He cares for you. He prays for you. So you should pray for him and care for him. You should do that. Don't allow anything to slip away. So you're saints of the church. You're the living icons. Move toward paradise. And one day you're going to die. That I can guarantee you. I can sign a contract on that one if you want. You're going to die one day. You may die a long time in your life, like 80, 90, 100 years old. Or you could be dead before you're 20 if you're a young person. I asked the children the other night, how many of you know somebody in your school that has died already? Many hands went up. We don't know from day to day when we're going to survive and move on to the next place. We don't. And so we have to be ready for that moment all the time. Every day could be your last day. And so you must prepare. You have to decide, where do I want to be? Do I want to be in paradise? I mean, do I want to be with God, with Christ, with Panagia, with the saints, with the good angels, where there's light, no sorrow, no suffering, only joy, singing like this choir today? Beautiful things. Or do I want to be in a place where it's dark, cold, no God, no Jesus, no Panagia, no saints, and only bad angels, the demons, and that other guy, Lucifer, the devil, the devil. If that's where you want to be, then live your life like you don't care. And you'll be in hell. You have to decide, what do you want in life? And when I mean life, your whole life, eternity, forever. And then work towards that. If you want to be in paradise, you got to work towards paradise. No guarantees. You could do great your whole life and blow it the last 24 hours, then you'll go to hell. But we know Jesus is very compassionate, very caring, very loving. He might give you a free pass on the 24 hours, I don't know. But you have to work in that direction. And you say, well, Bishop Gregory, I'm not a saint, I'm really not an icon. Who said? 2 examples. A male, a thug, a gang leader, Moses the Black. Terrible person, the first part of his life. He's a saint of the church now. Mary Vigil, beautiful girl, 19 years old, promiscuous, giving her body to anyone who wanted it, and taking not even a penny for it. And she went to the tomb of Christ, the sepulchre, and she tried to go in with her friends who were on a pilgrimage, and she could not go in. There was a force holding her out. And when she realized, she fell to her knees, she asked for forgiveness. She had seen the Panagia through the door. And she got up and went right in, because she asked for forgiveness. And so we have to ask for forgiveness for whatever bad things we are doing. And how do we do that? We go to confession. Regularly. Some people I know have never been. They're going to die, never having gone to confession. Which means judgment day for them is all your sins. Let's count that. More than 2 or 3 million sins. And so you have to prepare. Do what it takes. Be an active Orthodox Christian. Coming to church. Reading Scripture. Fasting. Confession. Receiving the Eucharist. Helping other people. Doing all those things that Christ told us to do. If you do that, you have a good chance. My hope and prayer is that the threshold of paradise is about right here. And that I can step over it easily. If it's 12 feet high, I'm in so much trouble, I will never make it. Never. There are 7 billion people on the planet today, they tell us. On Judgment Day, those 7 billion people will be in front of the judge, the Supreme Court, Jesus Christ. He's it. There is nobody else but him on the judgment of people. 7 billion. National Geographic about 18 months ago said that 105 billion people, 108 billion people have already been on the planet. So total humanity, 115 billion people. All in front of Jesus Christ, all the same day, being judged by him. Try to be one of those 115 billion people in your mind, standing in front of Christ in a huge crowd, and he's going to judge everybody that day. How much time do you think you've got to have in front of Christ? Do you think you're going to be able to bring your defense attorney with you, with maybe 10 boxes of evidence of all the good you did? You think you'll be able to stand on the witness stand for 17 or 18 days and tell Christ how good you were? That fast and even faster. The blink of an eye is how much time you will have in front of Christ, which means you will not be able to present any evidence. Christ will know you when he sees you, and he will know what kind of person you are. And he will say, come into the kingdom, or go to hell. So decide, where do you want to be? And once you have decided, I hope you decide paradise. If you decide hell, you can go ahead and leave. You don't even listen to me anymore. But you have to train your children in the faith. You have to train them to put their head on the floor, to walk around, to be part of the church. You know, they're full members, these little ones. They came here at 40 days, they were blessed, and they were prospective members. We're going to think about this little one. We're going to decide between now and when we baptize whether we want to keep it or not in our church. And then we baptize it. It's a full member of the church. Full. And even paid its stewardship commitment for the year. We took some of its hair and we put it in the baptismal font. And they're full members. And when they talk, they're just as important as ones that are older and been here for 50 years. Now, I don't know what they're going to say. Probably some kind of childish thing. But they're members, let them say what they want. Sometimes people get really squirrely when they hear children making noises. Maybe a baby's crying and they start fidgeting or something. Here's my take on it. Bishops making a lot of noise. The priests are screaming. The choir is screaming. The chanters are screaming. The adults are saying things. And we get nuts because a little baby cries out. And how do they cry out? Do you know why they're doing that, I think? They see the angels flying around and they go, hey, that's pretty cool, let me go with you. The angels are with us. They see them because they don't have the painted eye like the rest of us. We're too sophisticated for that. They're not sophisticated. They see the angels. We should be like that. Didn't Christ say, bring the children? You have to be like a child to come into the kingdom. So be a child. Didn't say act childish, but be a child in spirit. Open to the beautiful things that we have presented to us. Things are not so bad here in Canada today. No one is dropping bombs on anyone's head. All of you turned on the light in your house, it came on. You went to the sink and hot water came out as you brushed your teeth and took a shower. Not everyone has that available to them. We're very fortunate. We can count our blessings and we can pray to God that he will spread that kind of wealth, if you will, to all of humanity. Knowing that probably will not happen, but at least we should try. Pray for peace in the world. Didn't we not say it to the deacon a couple of times? For peace in the world. Can you imagine what that would be? That you would the TV tonight and they would say nothing that's violent or a war or someone died. No, peace broke out all over the planet today. CNN got nothing to say. Fox News, Bill O'Reilly, do you all have him here? Bill? Talking points. Love. Love, 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 love. Peace, love, 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 love. That's it. Nothing else. And now what Christ told us? He took all those commandments and put it into one word. Love. Love your God. Love your neighbor. Love your enemy. Love your spouse. Ladies, especially the ones who are married. Your husband is never going to know where to put the dirty socks. Ever. He will always throw them under the bed. Or he will do something that drives you crazy. You know what it is. You can try forever. He will not change. I'm a biologist. I can explain to you why males are that way, but we really don't have that much time. But they just don't get it sometimes. And I know that because I'm a male. Gentlemen, there are going to be days when you just want to choke her. Don't. Go outside and punch a tree. Show that love to each other. When she tells you to take out the trash, just do it. It's much easier. Yes, honey, I love you. And go on and do it. And for the kids, between themselves, the siblings, they need to show some kind of love other than just punching each other. And they need to show love to their parents, and the parents need to show love to their children. And once we get the houses right, then we'll turn around and we'll go to the neighbor, and we'll love them to death. The guy who just never speaks, yells at the kids, "Get out of my yard!" Love him. Something is going on in his house that's not loving. And once you get that, get the neighborhood right. And once you get the neighborhood right, the section of town, and then Ottawa. Get Ottawa loving each other. You can be the first city. And then talk to the other people in the other provinces, and let's get them loving each other. And then when all of Canada is loving each other, you can go south and talk to the Americans. They need lots of love right now. They're so conflicted, they don't know what to do. You see how I say today? I'm here now. How am I going? And then our countries need to work with other countries to spread that love, to try to not be violent with each other, and to work for the greater good, so that people have water, housing, so they can have a decent life. Because Christ is coming, and he's going to ask us on Judgment Day, and that blink of an eye is going to be an assessment of what did you do with the time that I gave you, and what did you do with the talents that I gave you? And you have to be able to say, I took good use of that time, and all those gifts you gave me, I used them to lift up the rest of the people around me. If you do that, you succeed. If you remember the gospel reading today, it was about the talents. He was given something and did something more. Somebody was giving less, but he still did something more. And the third one was given one, and he hit it, didn't do anything, didn't collect interest, nothing. He was done. We cannot be the done guy. We need to take what we have and make something more. And I don't mean increasing your 401k retirement fund. I mean taking care of others around us. If you do that, you're showing love. And if you show that love, Christ will see it. And when you're standing in front of him on Judgment Day, he will know this guy was a lover, this woman was a lover, this young person was a lover. Come into the kingdom. The prediction was that we would take at least 3 hours. According to the clock, I still have 15 minutes. But because I am a compassionate person, I will take 20. I will stop now. But it's a joy to be with you with the truth. celebrate the centennial of Orthodoxy in Ottawa. That's what it is. It's not necessarily a church. It's a group of people who have been celebrating 100 years. That's the ecclesia. The Greek word of church is ecclesia. That means the faithful. Doesn't mean the building. The buildings, they come and go. But the core of the people. And you're the people. And so you're doing well. I'm glad you came.